G'day, my name's Thomas and I'm here to talk to you about garden design and landscape architecture. And I'm going to be doing this by sharing with you an important and simple step of the design process, site analysis. This step is important because most professional designers do not design as they go, nor by accident, like amateurs, but instead draw from what they want and what they know. We'll talk about what we want later, and instead in this tutorial, talk about what we know. This first aspect, what we know, really means getting to know the site that's going to be designed, so we can make good design decisions later on. Making good design decisions allows us to deal with the existing problems with the site, as well as accentuating good aspects of the site. This can be as simple as choosing the right plants, or choosing the right path for a driveway to go along. But ultimately, all design decisions should be backed up by good site analysis. Another good reason to do site analysis is that sometimes the existing site can inform or inspire the design, which is great for people who are running low on ideas. A good way to do site analysis is to make a record of these aspects using the common SWOT analysis. SWOT standing for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Let's have a quick go at site analysis, recording all our details so that they can inform the design later. Keep in mind that this is a really short example, and it's true that the more you put into site analysis, the more you get out of it in the final design. So what we have here is the front yard of a suburban house in Melbourne, Australia. As we can see, this is a large area with very little maintenance required, which is a strength of the space. However, the flip side of this is that we have a very boring space that is not used as a result. Instead, the front yard is used purely as a passageway to the letterbox, and also a place to store the car. This is a weakness of the site. So let's look at the site to see if there is any source of inspiration for design. In the corner of the site, we see an interesting pond that looks good and houses fish. With a large amount of space, there is the opportunity to develop the pond area into an interesting wetland that would look great and be enjoyable. Let's do some more site analysis to see whether creating this wetland area would be possible and sustainable. From researching weather history online, we can see that the average rainfall in this area throughout the year would be enough to sustain the wetlands. So this is a strength of the site. But the Weather Bureau can't see into the future, and therefore it can't guarantee that there won't be future dry patches or droughts, and this is a threat to the wetlands. To combat this threat, it would be smart to install a backup system. Perhaps we could connect the wetlands to a roof water or grey water recycling system from the house. Looking closer at the site, we also see a mild slope that could be a threat to the wetlands, because it may cause all the water to pool to the right. So maybe we could consider a stepped or terraced wetlands to counter this. Another strength of this site is the view from the windows to the surrounding streets and our new wetlands. Therefore, we should not plant tall or dense vegetation in front of these windows. Lastly, a hypothetical weakness of this site is that the neighbours next door have a habit of walking around with near to no clothes on. So perhaps we should think about some screening, tall and dense planting along the fence. So as we can see, site analysis has helped us to identify a variety of good and bad parts of the site. Now we can use what we know to design. In this way, we can reduce or remove negative parts of the site, or accentuate positive parts of the site. And as we saw in the site analysis, much of our decision making is already done for us. Keep in mind, site analysis can include anything from climate to disruptive neighbours, and is not just limited to the things I spoke about in the example. The key is to use your brain and your senses and to really get to know your site. So if you want to design gardens and landscapes like the professionals, take the time to perform site analysis and reap the rewards.